Well, hello everyone on Echo Art. Welcome to Echo Art with Carmella-T. So let me just finish up on my other Patreon here, and so we can share with them. And there we go. So I hope everyone's doing well today. Today is Thursday. And I'm going to say good morning. So I just wanted to jump on here and share with you um, a couple of things multiple things that I'm trying to do and I'm probably not going to get done. Now, one of them is you can see behind me. I don't know if you can see, but you will notice this by believe me, by the weekend. The top shelf, I need to take those blankets off of there. And I need to take all the washcloths that I've made over time off of there too and sell those. But that all those shelves are going to be empty. So we'll be redoing, though this is a great opportunity, when you have an art and craft fair and you're bringing everything to the fair, great opportunity that when you come back, instead of just throwing everything back on the shelf, kind of sort it out, figure out what you're going to do with it, rearrange, clean, dust, get everything, kind of revamped for the next season or the holiday. So, oh my, I tell you what, it's like after 1 o'clock, I was ready to come on here and do a video with you at 9. It started going through, and I sat down to do a few more projects, and this is where my mind starts getting more on just getting everything ready to go. So I took all of my shawls, which I'll share with you. A lot of them are already on my YouTube channel, but maybe half of them, and then the other half are not. But I'm going to bring those to the fair. Now, we were talking about a few things, and I had some wonderfully curious artist viewers saying, I wonder what you're going to do with that. I can't wait to see what you're going to do with that. So I really wanted to share with you what I'm doing. So I don't know if you remember last year, I made my granny square hats, and and now I'm wishing I made more. I probably will make more of these for the actual November, for the November craft fairs. But I have about maybe 4 of those. If I can get another one made, I will. These don't take long at all. So it's very possible I get another one made. But I'm going to put that up there. Um, and you remember maybe that I made my, which I seriously cannot believe this is in December. I made a bunch of these. I had kind of designed these little granny square hand warmers, and people liked them. These were an item that did sell. So I want to actually make at least 2 more because I have 2. I have 2 pair. So they're only 1 granny square each. And then you sew them in the back. That's all you do. And you can put the ruffle or not put the ruffle. And seriously, it's an hour project. That's all this is, an hour project. And it's a beginner friendly. So I might make a couple more of those. Now, I had gotten the idea because the granny squares that we were going through are really little. These are little like this. And I don't know if some of you were remembering, we were talking about, I'm going to make a hodgepodge blanket. Those are perfect. Look, I mean, this bin sitting next to, I'll show you these in a minute. But this bin is chock full. Seriously, this is not the end of the grannies. Look, these are all granny squares. All of these are granny squares. Yeah. So probably what I'm going to do, and I just want to show you this. These scarves I made last year. They're just simple granny squares. See, they're granny squares, and all I did was chain, and I remember telling you about these. There's a video on it. showing you how to do these. You chain 5, 6, 7, whatever you want that little loop to be, and bring it over as far as you want it to be, and just make the little fringe like that all the way around. That's all that is. People absolutely loved these scarves. Now, so what I thought, because I think the scarf would be a really nice look. A lot of people, they don't like hats. Like, you'll see me starting to wear hats. It's actually starting to rain here. We've got another rainy, cold, turning into a cold day. But a lot of people like to just throw a scarf on. And so what I was thinking is I'm going to try. I'm going to piece together, and I just want to show you this because I got a few other things to share with you, some things that I'm doing like kind of last minute, and we'll see if we get them done. But I'm going to put this down, and I just want to show you. Look how adorable. Let me put these up here and you can see. Look, the colors, it doesn't even matter. Now, the sizes are a tiny bit, so I don't have enough room here, but let's say this is the scarf just going around like that, and trying to get the grannies that are closest. But seriously, I mean, that's adorable. That one's a little bigger, and I probably have the bigger ones in here. So, so if I make a scarf and all I'm doing is connecting these, and then I just put the reason I don't do like single crochet all the way around the edges is because when I go do the loops, when I do the chains or the fringe, that takes care of that and all the way around it. So you don't have to kind of give it another base, is what I'm saying. I mean, if you want to, you can. But so I'm going to make a very simple probably maybe 2 skinny scarves. We'll see. We'll see how long it takes me and what happens. And the other thing, so let's see, let me close this for a minute. The other thing that people were wondering what I was going to do with the ribbons. So look, I'm going to tell you. I haven't done this yet. Well, I did do this actually. Hold on. Um see if I can get for you. Hold on 1 second. I don't think I brought it over here. No, I did not. Yeah. Okay. So what I'm going to do with the ribbons that were gifted to me, this is tons of ribbons in here. And this is just something I made last year. It could be a little pumpkin or keychain. So I'm trying to take things that I have extras of because I have lots and lots of them. And but check this out. Check that out. See what I did with the keychain? So I put this is a one of my coin purses, and I put a little bead, I just put one little bead, a little flower, and look, I put the little ribbons, kind of like a bohemian type of tassel type deal. The tassels gave me the idea. But look, I mean, let me tell you about the thing. I'm gonna get these all done, but not today or tomorrow. Maybe I'll get a few of each. But check this out. Okay, now I have these ribbons, and I had something else here I wanted to show you. Okay, I've got that ribbon. Okay, so the other thing, look, you take, I'm just going to show you like this. You take these ribbons, just take the ribbons. They're all scrap ribbons. So, a couple things you can do with these. You can make hair ties. Okay. I'm looking for everything as I'm sitting here and I moved everything so much around that I can't really move here. But you can make hair ties. So, you've got your loop. Let's say that's your hair tie. You just loop it in. Or now see here, this is a little keychain I made with a couple of granny squares. I'm going to put a little piece of paper in here, untie the ribbon, put a little piece of paper. Like they can put their little grocery list in there. They can't put much else because it's not lined. But look, the other thing, just as I did here on the loop, you can do the same with a regular keychain ring. Put your ribbons in there. But how pretty. Oh, I might even add those to this. Seriously, like, so you can make ribboned, like bohemian type style keychains. Easy, easy. But you know what? Or add it as decor to something else that you've made like this. or or like this, like the granny square. But I have so much ribbon in here that I'm going to have a heyday for a couple of hours just cutting and tying them around the keychains, put a little charm in a clip, and just make a few like that and see. But that's using up the scrap, that's being a little innovative, that is creating something. You may think it's super duper simple, and it's fairly simple. However, if you went and scouted for all your ribbons and you weren't like just like my friend just gave these to me. This is why I'm going to start wearing hats, because this is what starts happening this time of year. This. And no matter what I put in it to try to straighten it down and keep it back, it's not, it doesn't. Those things, by the way, those things, and if they work, it might be for 1 minute. Then your hair starts to wave and curl and do what it wants. So now the other thing I have, which I wanted to make more of, but I didn't, and I just have to put more chains. I just have to do the chains, are the Halloween eyeballs. Now, these aren't necessarily, and I showed these on another video, but they're all needle felted. I had a lot of fun making these, but I really did. Some people might like those, and I was kind of toying around. Should I put them on a fob? Should I make a fob and put them on that? So, or just leave them as they are for keychains. So there's a couple things you can do there. So, I wanted to share that with you because, you've got these things kind of sitting around, and then there's one more thing I want to share with you. And, okay, so two more things I want to share. So, one is, okay, these little amigurumis or whatever they call them. I think that's the name. These I made these like last year, and then I've made some this year for the little pumpkins and whatnot. And I want to make more of those too, but who knows if I'm going to get the time. However, these that I've already made, I'm going to crochet and make curlicues. I'm going to make the curlicues because guess what? I was kind of messing around with my little knitting machine I had, and I just made um, a panel. This is a panel. And I sewed it straight down. That's the body of the octopus. And then I just crocheted, chains. That's all I did. And I went up and I went down one and I came up one row. That's all. And I made them kind of little different lengths. So it's a little octopus. I think it's the cutest darn little thing ever. And I had put them to the side for a little while. I used them for a pin cushion too. And so I think I'm going to take this little guy and a few others I have like this and make some of them. Now, I got to tell you, you're like, well, Carmella, you're not making that many. And, you at this point, right, I'm just kinda making a few here, a few there, but I'm gonna tell you what it's gonna tell me. When you have even a few on the table and you're observing what your customers are saying, and if they're looking at that, and if they're commenting on the price or they're commenting on it, it gives you a lot of information and it helps you figure out, okay, now I'm going to make more because there's an art and craft, two art and crafts in November, so I can this will give me a good idea. Okay, people really like the octopus. I think the people like octopuses. You know what? They love cats too, and they love birds. So you can make all of those, but you don't know which one is really going to go, right? So and then I have these are my uh, bracelets or bangles that that I make, and I have a whole drawer full of these. Okay, these are going these 2 are not done, but I could just simply stitch them, right? I could just stitch it and just make it done. Um, and maybe add a few beads, but that's why it takes me a while. I really enjoy the process of creating. So, so I am happy to see there's a few of you out there. Are you going? Now I know not everyone goes to. Oh, there you are. The pop-up was covering you, Sue. Hi. Oh, I know I didn't announce it. I did not announce this. And I figure I can get on here. I'm going to be honest with you. Sometimes it almost inhibits me to announce it because sometimes when I just find more opportunities through the week to just kind of jump on here, when I'm right in the middle of something really excited about it is the best time to share with you what I'm doing. So, so with that, I'm going to try to definitely be on here more for sure. But I want to share, I made these last night. Now, you see the long, long tail. I left that purposely because I'm going to fold it like that, right? And make the little mini pumpkin. And I made these with you. Do you remember me making these with you? I mean, I could do another video on this next week, but you just kind of weave in and out on the side here. And then here on the bottom, you don't weave in and out, but you do your little running stitch right in along the whole seam and then pull it, like cinch it. And then you fill it with your fill and then you cinch the top and boom, you have a little pumpkin. So now this will come out like this. It will come out round, and however, when I made these, I was making all different sizes, like deco balls, and all I was doing is my own thing. I was just doing like 1, 2, 3, 4 chain, connect the chain, and then just crochet, adding some stitches, to widen it, and then crochet up at the top and sit. That's how I did it. I didn't do it like this. This actually to me takes a little longer. This is quicker. If you just like you're going to make a hat basically and just think, okay, I'm going to make a little hat, and then you just keep going, right, and then you cinch it when you get down there, boom, that's a deco ball. So I may make an octopus out of this one too. This one I won't sell because that's my prototype. I'll keep him. But look how cutesy. Look, this is a this is a hat I make. I sometimes I get in the spirit of just making these little tiny hats and whatnot, thinking I'm gonna make tons of trolls. And I make a few trolls and then I have all these hats hanging around. So, and then the other thing is I found these from last year. I made these last year. Some of you might remember. They're aliens. And I just was using up fabric and I was making their eyes like a little different each time and shaped going different. and this is what I was really trying to do here. These is what I wanted to kind of design kind of in a weird way, but then I wasn't sure, it's like, what are they? And I did the same with another fabric, scrap fabric. I think I was thinking they would be coasters, but and then I was thinking keychains, but I honestly don't know. And I don't think I really have any time to figure these guys out. So those, but you get things like this. You work on these projects, you hold them to the side, and I wish I went through that shelving earlier because I would have made like even more of these, but because these did sell last year, but who knows if they sell this year. The winters are getting milder in Vermont. Now, with that said, this summer, we've had almost a very typical Vermont summer, and I mean typical from 30 years ago, not typical from a few years ago. It's been milder and milder every single year and hotter every single summer. So this summer we had a lot of rain, we had a lot of overcast, we had a lot of coolness. This was a typical Vermont summer. So but so we'll see. But this was something I came up with, and I think it's the simplest of and I did probably 4 or 5 prototypes trying to figure out how to make this work. And basically you're using the larger hook, like 10 hook, 10 or 11, whatever, JK, and a medium size weight yarn, because I've tried these with all different yarns, all different sizes, hooks. And the reason that works is it kind of makes it just a little spacier, just enough so you can pick a space to put your thumb in, pick a space for this to fit you. And then in the middle here when you're connecting it, because you've made a nice good size um granny square, this connects beautifully. It's not too tight, it's not too big, and you've got to always remember with your crochet, you have a stretch. That stretch is allows you to do so much. Like with our fabrics, we do not have that stretch. So anyway, let me know if you want me to do a video on these again, because I'll be making these again between now and November, and hopefully today and the next few. What I plan to do is this. I have this bin, and I'm hoping, look, I do. Look, I have, I mean, these are kind of not, look, these are Christmassy, but this is basically, let me see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I got my 5. This is basically the size that I need. And I don't have my measure with me. Everything is spread all over because I'm getting ready to pack things. But this is about 8. This is about 8, and we'll stretch 9, 10. And you got to figure your hand size, like the wrist size is 7. That's average. That's 7. That's 7. 7.5, 7. Here, you're always wider. You always want to accommodate. You want to accommodate anything you're doing for the hand for the widest part. Even if they put their thumb like that, that's the widest part of the hand. That whatever it is, your bracelet you're making, whatever it is, has to get over this. So you can always test it, and you're like, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. It's Christmassy. In my view, it's a little tacky, but I might throw it together. This is kind of tacky to me, and I made it. So let's see. And or what I could do is Oh, this is something else. Now, this is what I made. This is something I wanted to do this year with you. Is I wanted to show you how to drop stitch on your because look at this. This was an accident, but I totally, absolutely adore this. Like this is a sleeve. Now, this is from, look how adorable, like how beautiful that is. This is from a knitting machine that you crank, the little knitting ones that's up here, way up here. But what happened is some stitches dropped, and then I loved the look. And I'm like, well, how do I have a drop stitch like that and make sure it doesn't come completely apart? So I just kind of started stitching them, like on the inside and seeing if I could secure it. And I just held on to this piece. And then I felt like I want to make a sweater like this. This is super soft. This is one of those mandala cakes, the cakes, variegated cakes. That's what this is. And it's super soft. So this might be the recycled yarn. The recycled yarn, which this is I wanted to make more of these too, and I don't have time. But this is thick, and you can see all the little specks. This is completely 100% recycled, and it's super duper soft. So I wanted to kind of work with that more. But you take your scraps. Oh, here's the other sleeve or the beginning of you never know what you're gonna find in your treasure chest here. But there's tons of these. And then there's the bigger size. Now, these right here. So guess what? Guess how many granny squares you need to make this hat? 5. 5. Guess what? Right here, I've got 5. So guess what? I don't even have to make I can just stitch these together. So that will be that one more hat that I want to make today. And the and look, you know what these are too? These are the colors of what we have up here. If any of you were in Vermont, we have the UVM. This is their color, gold and green. So it would be really wise to just use these. Use them, make a hat. Maybe somebody wants some college, or professor or somebody wants um that. So that's I just wanted to jump on here and kind of share those few things with you. Now here's some more. These are larger. See, this is what I'm doing. This is lovely. Look, this this is one of those I didn't even put together because look, this is lovely though. It's like a pink rose, but it's a very lightweight. I guess I could put them together, but it's a lightweight yarn and uh what was I gonna say about it? It's too small. Look, it doesn't I guess I could put another row, but I don't even think I have the yarn now. But this is how small it was a smaller hook. That's what I was like testing these, right? But these two together, they're just a lovely. So I don't know what those could be. But yeah, this whole bin is chock full of that's just something I started, didn't finish. And guess what? You've got the same kind of vibe going. You can make kind of different color hand warmers and put ruffles on each of these. They don't have and they're different colors, but that would be cute. So yeah, so that is kind of where I am at. Now today's Thursday, and I'm just going to tell you, this is what I've broken down. I have to bring I don't want to I have to bring a rack, um maybe two. I have a rack I have my table, I have my tent, which is so ridiculously heavy. But I did get my tent out of the shed, so I have it, or the unit, I should say. So that's all done. And then I should just cut up some little pieces of paper and put, little punch holes, and just so I can write price tags. I'm going to tell you about prices. People love prices on your work. If you do not have prices on your work, they do not want to do the energy of asking. They don't. They want to browse and they want to see what that price is. They want to think about it. Maybe they come back. So the prices, if you do your art and crafts, yeah, put your prices on. So that's something I'll be focusing heavily on. And and I'll try to get as much done, but what I'm going to do is kind of just shut down all the project making this afternoon at about 5 or 6 o'clock, and start cleaning up and just kind of go with what I have. So it will be nice if I can get a couple of the hand warmers together and a little skinny mini scarf. I think someone would love that. And an octopus. Oh, like, am I really going to get all this done? Probably not, but we'll try. So, with that, I will probably update you. I don't know if I'm going to update you tomorrow. I probably will, but it might be like maybe I'll do some shorts, or maybe I'll jump on here. We'll see how the day goes. And or but I will at least be dropping a video or two. So and then I'll connect with you Saturday when I'm at the fair. So do you have any questions on anything, on any of the projects that I've been showing you? Anything that you want to try to do? You get out your scraps? And if you do, let me know. And with that, I will see you in the next one. And you have a beautiful, beautiful Thursday.